Okay. Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome. This is the game playthrough that will lead to the story of Inkanyamba. And this is the follow-on from the Groves, Terror Above the Groves, the birds, that introduced the guy who was going to become Inkanyamba. So no doubt this story will start off with Samuel Captain Ejo turning into Inkanyamba, and then he will undoubtedly appear at the Groves and slaughter everybody. And the brave girl going up against him to try and stop him is Adelaide. Now, if you are unfamiliar with Inkanyamba at Sacred Groves, it's probably the most brutal combination of killer and location, just because of the divine wrath and the killer wrath mechanics that sort of escalate. It's very I've probably won here once or twice. I played 4 games in the lead up to this and lost all of them. But on the plus side, the story that I'm going to write from this is going to focus on Inkanyamba. So in one way, hopefully, we don't mind if he wins, because that would be part of the story, and then he'll go on to a third part in his trilogy. But I've got a backup plan in case Adelaide does win, and I'm certainly going to try and win with Adelaide. So guessing Inkanyamba's now fully angry, has turned into Inkanyamba. He is at the Groves. Adelaide is just one of the visitors around there. I was going to play it as if Adelaide was just strolling around until something happened, but being as the setup is Swamp Thing, they're kind of opposite each other, so I'm guessing that Adelaide could have seen him and thought something not right here. So I'm going to play it as if I normally would and probably go for weapons and try and get people out, because she's seen this guy in the Groves and she thinks, crikey, this doesn't look particularly good. So what have we got? We've got at the Welcome Centre over here, we've got a map which is discard the item during the action phase. Now for each item deck, cards do one of the following. If the top card is face down, turn it face up. If the top card is face up, you may discard it from the game and turn the next card face up. So let's go through the item decks. At the Lost and Found, down here, we have an aluminium bat, which will do 1 extra damage and remove dark powers. And at the top here, in the Groundskeeper Shed, we have the War Club, which whenever you inflict damage with the War Club, choose Killer Wrath or Divine Wrath and decrease it by the amount of damage inflicted. My initial tactic would be as trying to keep brave Adelaide alive. He's probably looking at this, probably head for that War Club. Probably do a circumvent this way, take this guy out of the sacred space, get them out the exit. Groundskeeper Shed, search for the War Club, come out, get those out, go after Inkanyamba. I don't know if there's a tactic for this, because like I say, I don't do very well at this. I played 4 games in a run-up and lost them all. I was close on 1. I think a lot of people sort of say go for Inkanyamba as soon as possible, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it is a brutal combination. My event is Loud and Obnoxious, which increases whenever Divine Wrath increase it by an additional 1. So that's not helping me either. Anyway, we're going to make a start. We will see what happens. So my plan is go get those guys and get out. So I'm guessing she's going to focus to start with. You'll have to trust me on the dice rolls. The camera setup is what it is. That is a partial and a fail. So I'll convert that with my short rest and weak attack. Horror down by 1, time down by 1. I'm going to do a couple of walks. First walk. Double fail. It's going well, going well. My dice are great. My dice are great. Double fail, so that is lose 2 time, lose 1 life, 1 heart, move 1 space. Walk again, and we have got a success. 1 success, lose 1 time, move 1 space, take you into there with those 3. I've got 2 time, I've got a focus. I'm just going to buy a sprint. Zeros go back into stock, time resets. Horror at 3, life at 5. She's quite hardy, Adelaide, I'll give her that. And I think her save bonus is either recover hearts, reduce divine or killer wrath, or take 6 action cards. So she's got a good selection of things to do. Okay, Inkanyamba. And it can get quite complicated to keep an eye on this if you're playing it. There's a lot of things happening in the upkeep that has to sort of go on the killer wrath and things like that. And there's 2 wrath tracks to keep an eye on the bloodlust counter. You've got the divine wrath side of it as well. So there's a lot going on. We're going to start with Inkanyamba. His killer action is, if killer wrath is at 1 or 2, increase it by 1. It's at 2, so I have to increase it to 3. When that unleashes now, it's going to increase horror. And then it's target the final gore victim and attack. Well, he's not in a space with anything, so straight onto the terror cards. And we get punishment or mercy. Oh, great. This is one that helps you if the killer wrath is high. And of course we've just started, so it's not. So punishment or mercy. Do the following based on the current level of killer wrath. 0 to 3, which it is. Increase killer wrath by 2 and unleash killer wrath. So that goes up by 2 to 5, and unleashing it increases the horror by 2. So we're now on horror level 5. But Inkanyamba doesn't move, he's just warming up. We've got a sprint and a focus, we've got 6 time. A sprint can end my turn. I'm going to go for the focus. I can't, yeah. I'm going to go for the focus to start with. That is 1 success. So that's lowering the horror level by 1, losing 1 time. Now I'm going to go for my sprint. That is 0 successes, 2 partials, but nothing to convert with. So I'm going to move 1 space, and I take 2 of you guys to the exit. I'll move 1 space. I'm then going to save you 2 guys, or gals. I'm going to move 1 space for 1 save. No, I can't. I'm going to increase my time by 2 for 1 save. That puts me up to 7. I'm then going to move my 1 space for my 2nd save, which puts me back here. I'm then going to lose a heart because I got no successes. I'm then going to lose 2 time, which puts me down to 5, and I'm going to end my turn. So I've got 5 time to spend. I take my zeros back. I'm going to take a sprint for 2, a search for 2, and a close call for 1. Put me back up to 6. These go back into stock, which is a sprint and a focus. And we are on to Inkanyamba. If killer wrath is at 1 or 2, increase it. It isn't. So nobody in his space to attack, so straight onto the terror card. They disrespected him and now he wants their blood. If there are no victims on the board, discard their alright. Target a victim. Closest victim is either that one or that one. We'll go, let's go this one. And kill twice. Well, there's only 1, so we kill once. You're dead. Increases bloodlust. That triggers the divine wrath track. Increase divine wrath by the number of victims at sacred spaces. Well, there's only 1, so divine wrath increases by 1. Increase killer wrath equal to the number of victims killed this turn. So killer wrath increases by 1 to 6, which is now, that is now when it unleashes, it is target the final goal victim, move and attack. Okay. So far so good. Inkanyamba is just getting started. I've got a couple of people out of there. Right. We are going to, I've got walk, search, sprints, focuses. Do I need to focus? Probably not. Probably let's get walking first. Okay, so I'm going to go for a walk. 1 success. Lose 1 time, move 1 space. Save this guy to give me -1 horror. No, +2 time. And then I'm going to sprint. Now I'm going to walk again first. I'm going to sprint. Get 2 successes on a sprint. I have to save me the walk. I'm going to sprint. That is 1 success and a convert. I'm going to discard my short rest and weak attack to convert that. Am I? No. I'm just going to take, move 2 spaces, lose a time. So 1, 2. Time had 4. No, save 2. Then I'm going to, have I got a search? Yeah, I've got a search. I'm going to search there, try and grab that war club. 1, search, lose the time. Take the top item at your space, which is the war club. That's going quite well so far. And then I'm going to walk, try and get these guys out of there. Ooh, 2 successes. Oh, God, come on. 2 space, lose a time. Move 2 spaces. 1, 2. That is going to go straight onto that, which is going to reduce my horror by 2 and flip my card. And I can either decrease one of the wraths to 1, I can recover all my health, or I can take 6. I'm going to take 6 worth of cards, and I'm going to take a retaliate and a guard for my 6 worth of cards straight into my hand. And finally, I've got a focus left, so I'm going to focus, just try and get myself 3 dice. 1 success, lose a time, down to 3 dice. I've only got 1 time left. What am I doing now? What am I doing now? I'm going to discard both my weak attack and my short rest for 2 time. I'm going to take an atonement and a close call and my focus back. These guys go back in stock, so that's 0, 0, 0s, that's my search, that's my sprint, that's my walk, 0. Times resets to 6. Inkanyamba will activate, and he will not increase his killer wrath, he will not attack anybody, he'll go straight to his terror card. Right, Wrath of Blood. Unleash killer wrath, which is target final girl or victim, which is this guy, move and kill, which will increase his bloodlust, which is moving 3 now. Increase killer wrath equal to the bloodlust level. Well, the bloodlust level's at 1, 2, so that goes up to 8. Target the victim, move and attack. He's moving 3, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, because that's the closest victim. I'm not a victim. Attack is going to kill that. That's going to increase his bloodlust. That's going to unleash divine wrath, which is at 3, so that's going to increase the horror level. And it's going to reveal his dark power, which is Feast of Anger. Whenever killer wrath increases, Inkanyamba recovers a heart. To remember that. And finally, this guy who is in the space with Inkanyamba will panic on a 6. So he will run into the sacred shrine. That's going to piss him off. Alright, Inkanyamba's winding up. I'm miles away. I might just go for him. I haven't got any attack cards. I've got retaliate guards, I've got atonement, I've got close call, I've got focus. My go. I'm going to focus to start with. Back to 2 dice. Try and get to 3 dice. Nothing. I'm going to close call it for 2 time. 1 success. That'll do. Bring me down, 3 time. 3 dice. I'm now going to play atonement on 3 dice. 2 successes. That is exactly what I needed. Not quite. 3 successes would have been ideal. So it's decreased killer wrath or divine wrath by half. It's going to be killer wrath. It's at 8, so it's going to go to 4. I've got 3 time left. So I'm going to take my zeros back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. And I'm going to take and improvise. And these guys are going to go back into stock, so that's a close call, focus, and then atonement back in stock. I'm on 3 dice, which is always handy. Inkanyamba. He's not going to increase his killer wrath. He's not going to attack anybody because nobody's in his space. He's going to go straight for the terror card. Fickle temper. Make a horror roll. 3 dice horror roll. 1 success. Choose killer wrath or divine wrath and increase it by 1. I am going to decrease killer wrath by 1. And then he will target a victim. He will move and he will kill him. That increases bloodlust, which triggers increase divine wrath by the number of victims at sacred spaces, which is 1. Divine wrath is now 4, which makes me discard an action card randomly when it's unleashed. That's not particularly great. This guy in the sacred space is going to panic. 3, he's going to run there. I'm following you. Inkanyamba's down 4, I've saved 5. Right, I've got an improvise, I've got a walk. I've got a short rest, I've got a weak attack, I've got a focus, I've got another walk, a retaliate guard and a close call. All I'm going to do, I'm going to start with a focus, try and get my... I'm still on 3 dice. That's back on 6. Oh, that's 2 successes, so that's 2 time and decrease. Think I'm going to discard my weak attack for a time, discard a walk for a time, discard my second walk for another time, play short rest, and 1 success, which is recover a heart, lose a time, and leave it there for the time being. That gives me 10 to spend, which allows me to take critical blow and furious strike. These guys go back, which are all 0s. And now I'm going to go Inkanyamba hunting. That resets to 6. Inkanyamba will do nothing because he's not going to increase his killer wrath. He's not going to attack anybody. He's going to go straight to terror card. Let me just carve my initials right here. Increase divine wrath by number of victims at sacred spaces. There is none. Unleash divine wrath. That's discard a random action card. So I'm just going to shuffle these and pick one. And it is improvise has gone. Place 2 new victims at the sacred shrine, which is where Inkanyamba is. All victims adjacent to the sacred shrine panic, move there. So there's now 4 people in a space with Inkanyamba. But that's the end of that, and it's my go. So I've got retaliate guard, close call, furious strike, critical blow. I guess I discarded all my walks, so I'm not going to do anything with those. I can't. I'm going to take all my 0s back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I only have 10 cards, I've got 11, so I'm going to get rid of my weak attack. I've got 6 to spend. I'm going to take an improvise for 3, which means I need to get rid of another. I'll get rid of the focus. I'm going to take a sprint for 2 and get rid of a walk. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so it gives me 10 cards. So I didn't take those. And the improvise, which was discarded, goes back. So I didn't do anything last turn. Inkanyamba is going to activate. His Killer Wrath isn't going to increase. He is going to kill one of these guys, which is going to increase his Bloodlust. He's now moved 3, hit for 2. And his Terror card is going to say, he's coming and there's nothing we can do. If there are no victims on the board, discard, there are. Increase the horror level, still on 3 dice. Target a victim and kill. His Bloodlust goes up, which triggers an unleashing of Divine Wrath, which is discard an action card. Which is sprint. These two guys are going to panic. Both panic to space number 2, which is nowhere. They stay frozen, rooted in fear. Lambs to the slaughter. Oh, loud and obnoxious, missed it. Whenever it increases, increase it an additional 1. I'm guessing that would be up. I'm going to take my sprint back. I'm going to say that's been up by 2. And I'm going to say that my horror level's down. Always something to miss on this. I even put it next to the Divine Wrath track. They certainly had 1 increase. I'm sure we must have had 2 since that's been out. So we're on double horror increase. Okay, my go. Walk. I've got a walk and a sprint. To get to Inkanyamba, I need to move 3 spaces. I've got 1 focus. That's not going to get me down enough to 3 dice. Okay, I'm going to walk, which is discard 2, or I'm going to discard my short rest and a focus for 1 success, so I don't lose my health. I'm going to lose a time. I'm going to move 1 space. Next is going to be a sprint. 1 success, which is lose 1 time, move 2 spaces. Hello, Inkanyamba, I'm here. Then I am going to critical blow. No, I'm going to improvise. Nothing. Discard 2. I'm going to close call it for 2 time. 1 success. All partials on my next roll are counter successes. Then I'm going to go for critical blow. 1 success. Deal 2 damage. 3 because of the War Club. Lose a horror. 3 damage. And reduce Divine Wrath or Killer Wrath by 3, because that's what I hit him for. I'll go for Divine Wrath. 1, 2, 3. We're back to 1 horror level. And I've got 2 time left. I'm going to take my zeros. I'm going to take a guard. These guys go back. So that's improvise, that's critical blow, that's a sprint, that's walk, that's a close call, focus, short rest. Right, Inkanyamba is not going to increase his Killer Wrath because he's already above 2. It's going to target a final girl or a victim. Victims take priority. It's going to knock them off. That's going to increase his Bloodlust. That's going to increase victims by Divine Wrath by number of victims at sacred spaces. That's 1. Then it is unleash Divine Wrath. So that, and we're back to 4 with that. Oh, it's going to go up again because whenever it increases an additional 1. So unleashing it is going to cost me 4 time, so I'm down to 2 time. Then Inkanyamba is going to draw a terror card. And he is going to say, I don't know how, but I've angered him. I don't know how I did it. Adelaide, how did you anger him? I don't know how I did that. I'll tell you like Eric Cartman. So he's going to target the final girl. He's going to move, doesn't need to. He's going to attack twice. So the first one, I'm going to retaliate. double 0 on retaliate. Nothing, no close calls, no anything, nothing. So he's going to do me personally 2 damage. And he is going to recover. No, he's just going to do me 2 damage. And he's going to attack me again. I'll guard against this one. That is 1. If reduced damage by 2, his damage is 2, so that's no damage. Right. Then it is increased killer wrath equal to the amount of damage inflicted. He did me 2 damage, so killer wrath goes up by 2 to 5, which is 2 horror level increases. And his dark power is whenever killer wrath increases, Inkanyamba recovers a heart, so he's got one of those back. And then I'm guessing this guy here is going to panic. 1. No, he's still frozen in fear. Right, I'm down to 2 time because of the. I've got Furious Strike, I've got Guard, I've got Walk, I've got a Focus, I've got a Weak Attack. First of all, I'm going to focus, try and get my horror track down to 3 dice. Yes, double success. So that increases my time to fall, lowers the horror by 1. Then I'm going to Furious Strike with 3 dice. 1 success and a partial I could convert. Kind of want to walk away. No, I'm just going to take the 1 success. So that's 2 damage, 1 and 1 because of the War Club. That is reduce one of these down by the amount of damage inflicted. I'm going to reduce Killer Wrath by 2 damage inflicted and lower horror. And then my turn, which I missed. Never mind. So my plan was to walk away. Okay, I'll get my zeros back. I've got 4. Not a lot going on. There's not a lot going on. I'm going to take. I've got 1 defense card. I've got nothing I can. Critical blow I can't afford. Do I take a. I take Meditate, which is my signature card. I'm going to take 2 close calls. Let me just check how many cards I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Furious Strike's going back. Focus is going back. Guard and Retaliator going back. Inkanyamba will activate. His Killer Wrath will not increase. He will chop down this victim, which will increase his Bloodlust. He will then flip a terror card, which says, unleash Wrath of Opportunity. Wrath of Opportunity. Unleash Killer Wrath. So that increases horror by 1. It's only on 3, so yeah, it increases horror by 1. Increase Killer Wrath equal to the number of action cards in my hand. Well, we've just established that was 9, so that's all of it in Killer Wrath. So he's now on Killer Wrath 10. God's sake, man. Then it is his dark power recovers him a heart whenever Killer Wrath increases. He is then going to target a victim. He's going to move and he's going to attack. So he's just left Adelaide standing there. He's going to move 5 because he's a fast little bastard, isn't he? 1, 2, he doesn't need to. He's going to go there. He's going to kill that. That's going to increase the Bloodlust. That's going to knock off these 2 terror cards. Which was, that's Outrageaholic. That was handy not to have. And that is handy not to have as well. But that burns the entire terror deck, which flips the finale. Which, drag her to hell. Of course it is. The epic finale. Which is increased Killer Wrath by 2, unleash Killer Wrath, target victim, final girl move and attack. When this is revealed, remove all atonement cards from the game. So I can't even atone for it. I can't lower his killer wrath anymore. I don't think. I can't. So it's now a slog. I've got close calls, weak attack. No point moving. So first of all, let's get rid of walk for a time. Let's get rid of my second walk for a time. He's hit me for 3, so I could really do with having a short rest at some stage. I'm going to go meditate. Still on 3 dice. 0 successes, but 2 partials. So I'm going to get rid of my weak attack and my focus to convert that, which is recover 1 heart, lower horror level by 1, and increase time. So I've got 9 time. He's going to come for me. 3 attacks he's going to hit me with this time. I've got 9 time. I'm going to have to take retaliate. I'm going to have to take guard. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 3 left. I'm going to discard my short rest for a time. I'm going to use my 4 time to buy Furious Strike for next turn. These guys go back in stocks. That's meditate, and that's all the zeros I've discarded. I'll take focus as well. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. I've got a focus, Furious Strike, guard, retaliate, close call, guard. Might be okay for a couple of turns. Right, Inkanyamba is now going to drag you to hell. Drag her to hell. Epic finale. Increase killer wrath by 2. Can't, so it won't heal because it can't increase. Ha. Unleash killer wrath, which is recover 2 health. Okay. Increase horror by 1. Still on 3 dice. Target the final girl or a victim. Me. Move 5 spaces. Attack twice. First attack, I am going to hit. I'm going to retaliate. I've got 3 dice, just about. I'm going to retaliate. Need 1 success and 2 complete fails. 1 success, 2 complete fails. Okay, so it's reduced damage by 2. Do we reduce it? No, I'm just going to take it. Reduce damage by 2, which does me 1 damage. Do him 1 back, which is 2 back because of the War Club, and reduce his killer wrath by 2 because of the War Club. He's then going to attack me again from his killer wrath. I'm going to guard against it. I'm still on 3 dice. 2 successes. Ignore all damage. Excellent. He's then going to attack me again from his action. So he's unleashed his killer wrath, which is 2 attacks. He's now going to target me, move, and attack me again. So it's my last guard. That is 1 success. So that's reduced damage by 2. I've only got 3 left. I can't really do. I can only Furious Strike him. So I'm just going to hit him and hope to take him down a little bit. Okay. My go. I am going to focus. One success, which is lose the time below the horror. Then I'm going to Furious Strike 3 dice. 3 successes, which is lower the horror, which gains me a time. Do 2 damage, which is 3 because of the War Club. And reduce 1 wrath track, which I'm going to choose to kill a wrath. 1, 2, 3 by 3. Oh, might actually, if I revive, I might actually be okay here. So I've got 6 time. I'm going to have to buy a critical blow and hope I revive. If I revive, I might be able to win this. I'll take my zeros back. Furious Strike goes back, Focus goes back, my 2 guards and my Retaliate go back. But this is going to be essentially the last turn, I think. So horror levels, Inkanyamba is going to actually increase, please, no, I'm dead. Increase Killer Wrath by 2. Obviously I forgot about 1, 2. That recovers him a health. Target the final girl, move and attack, which I can't defend against. So I'm going to go, if I revive, I can live to fight. If I revive, I still might win. Is he going to revive? Is it a revive? Oh, dead. Inkanyamba is unstoppable. If I had a revive for 1, the phase would have ended, and I would have gone for critical blow. Would I? I would have gone, yeah, critical blow with 3 dice. So if I'd have revived, I would have converted both of those by throwing cards to 3 damage plus 1 because of the War Club, and Inkanyamba would have been dead. But didn't happen. Adelaide's dead. Inkanyamba came so close to killing him again. Came so close, Inkanyamba. Okay, brilliant. So that was the game that led to the story. The story will be out before the game, but hope you enjoyed the playthrough. I don't think I made too many mistakes considering the complexity of this one. That one definitely did. Alright, cheers guys.